Gemini, welcome to your full moon in Sagittarius reading, and I hope this full moon is treating you well. Let's start with a card of affirmation for you. I can change my patterns when I change my mind about them. I'm hearing the mind is powerful, and absolutely yours is, Gemini. By the way, happy birthday. I am going to be putting out a video. Well, no, you probably will have already seen it by the time you see this video. So, yeah, if you haven't seen my what I love and hate about Gemini reading, or not reading video, check it out. Check it out. Okay, so let's start with this reading and let's talk about what's going on with the astrology. This full moon is hitting your seventh house. There might be something about beliefs on relationships, partnerships, contracts, significant others in your life. Right now, the sun is in that first house, putting a spotlight on something having to do with yourself, maybe beliefs that you have about yourself or what you know to be true about yourself more accurately. But there is some contrast about others here, self and others, that's coming up. So let's find out what it is you're being asked to release in terms of your beliefs, and that did not want to go down. This has something to do with unfinished business, okay? Some of you have gone through some type of karmic lesson, and I don't think it's completed, okay? I think there was an opportunity for you to do that. Some of you long distance travel is involved in this. But I think for many of you, it's an issue about not having closure, and some of you hanging on to some unfinished business. And so I'm gonna see if we can clarify what exactly that is. It might be a relationship, honestly, I'm getting a sense that it could, and it might have to do with a fixed sign, um, which would be Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio. Um, I'm hearing struggle, okay? A struggle, and it's something about the springtime might be relevant for you. Also an issue of giving, generosity, fighting maybe over what's been given, something since maybe a struggle since the spring, okay? Um, and there's something about your perspective on this that needs to really shift, that you've got to let go and release. But in terms of, you know, a new perspective, a new positive outlook that you're being asked to take right now, it has to do with King of Swords in reverse. Generally not a fan of that, okay? Is that you, Gemini? Because it could be a Gemini. It could be also a Libra or an Aquarian. But it is a very intentional type of leader. What I don't like about this person is showing up like this. Well, number one, are you upside down over something, right? Like this, you feel, I'm hearing something about incomplete. You're feeling incomplete in some way, okay? But generally, when I'm reading a King of Swords, I'm looking at somebody who it can just be really unreasonable. Like you cannot reason with this person. They're refusing other people's perspectives. And again, I'm not telling you what to do. Maybe you do need to reject, maybe right, you've accepted another person's perspective too long at the expense of yourself. Take it how it applies. The sun in your first house is showing you, right? It's showing you something about yourself, and um and maybe at this point you're like, no, um I'm not going to give myself up anymore, okay? But yeah, this could be somebody who maybe plays mind games, ain't gonna lie, all right? And it might have to do with exchanges going on, maybe with money. Oh, yeah. Money that you've been earning on the day to day, money that you need for just basic survival, okay? Um, wow. That's okay. I'm being brought back to this card that we started with. Maybe you don't need to change yourself. You don't need to let people change you at your core, Gemini. However, there's a pattern that needs to change. And I think if you look over, it could be as long as the last 29 years, okay? But I'm also seeing a timeline of last spring, okay? And I'm hearing something came to a head. There was some struggle or strife around that time. Um, I don't know why I'm now seeing 9/11, okay? September 11th of last year, and that's totally in an intuitive flow. So you take it how it applies as a general reading, but something during those time frames, it came up. It revealed a pattern in your life, a major karmic lesson that you do need to change something within yourself. And I think the sun in your sign is showing you what needs to change so that you break out of this. You get some ending to the cycle that you've had some struggle with completing successfully. Um, and it's maybe something about the way that you think. Okay, just saying, just saying. Don't shoot the messenger. All right, so what's expanding you and freeing you right now? And this is at the foundation. I feel like the more that you really tap into what grounds you, what brings you stability and security. And I'm being brought back to that new moon in Taurus that happened earlier this month. Go watch that reading from me if you missed it. Really grounding into something, really stabilizing something. That's, and being very, I'm getting a lot of being resourceful, okay, um, is going to help you to deal with disappointments in life. I'm also seeing an issue here about maybe deciding to miss an opportunity to go after something that is more grounded, stable, that allows you to be more resourceful, allows you to manifest more stability, security in your life, but that might involve you missing some emotional opportunities. Um, and I'm seeing another message here, maybe joining forces with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and getting some understanding with them about a disappointment that has come up between the two of you. That is something that I think is going to help you right now be more in alignment. Crown chakra. Well, this is your, advice on how you can live a more spirit-led life. And that's solar plexus chakra with taking responsibility. So let me say with this crown chakra card, this has a lot to do with tapping into that inspiration and faith in your life. It has a lot to do with, and this is a very spiritual, by the way, very spiritual full moon that we're having, where you've got the opportunity to tap into your divine consciousness. You have the opportunity to use your own spiritual intelligence. Y'all are very smart, but this is about you not just using the head smarts, the street smarts, but using that spiritual guidance that you have at your disposal, particularly at this time, really being present with spirit and getting the divine downloads that spirit has for you. That's going to be super key. Hope it helps. Wishing you the best. Be blessed.